Ai, godverdomme, mijn vingers.
Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Again. Today we're gonna be telling you about 26 facts about us that probably you don't know.
Number 1. My full name is Tom Lomans. I don't have any other weird names or extra name because I am not baptized, and in my country, if you're baptized, it means that they give you extra names. And my parents are, for example, and they have 2 extra names. I don't. It's just Tom Lomans. Very easy.
So I made a list of things because they were so many that I might forget about them. So my full name is Valeria Luján Zavala.
Number 2. I was born on the 3rd of May of 1994, which automatically makes me a Taurus, that I'm from the zodiac sign Taurus, and 94 is I am born in the year of the dog, according to Chinese horoscopy.
I was born in the capital in Buenos Aires, and then after I moved to a...
There's a fly.
I cannot know. Okay. What I was saying? In the closest line, I don't know what I'm saying. It was my grandmother from my dad's side was living there alone, and my dad wanted to move there and work there, and he preferred the kids to grow up in a small town so that we can play.
Number 3. I was born and raised in the city of Delft in the Netherlands. And well, it's a city to me. Well, I don't know according to the world if it's a city, but well, I'm from Delft, the Netherlands.
One thing that I love from myself and one thing that I hate. Well, the one thing that I love from myself is that for some reason I have always weird ideas or crazy ideas. I don't know how to call them, but at one time we found puppies and they were in my town, and I had this idea of going to pick the puppies with my brother and to go there, which was far but not that far, and in my town there's a lot of truck drivers because factories. In my town there's a lot of factories, and I had the idea of stopping a truck driver. We were like, I don't know, 9 years or something, to stop a truck driver and go all the way there in the truck and stop in the gas station where the puppies were abandoned, and we went to feed them. Until a friend of my dad discovered, and my dad found out, and he wanted to kill me because we had a lot of dogs, and he was like, don't bring any more dogs in the house. The thing that I hate from me is that I'm impatient, and I don't know what to say.
You're impatient.
I like to have everything right away. And if I want to go to the center to buy something and that idea just got into my head, I want it now.
Number 4. I'm left-handed, and people say that I have a nice handwriting. And I don't know, but in school I always got bothered by the people if we had to hand in something. And well, I never felt like, oh, I had a nice handwriting, and the people always pointed at me, so bummer.
Number 4, my star sign. I was born on 1st of December of 1994, so my zodiac sign is Sagittarius.
Number 5, I'm agnostic. I don't believe in anything, and I don't want to deny anything either. I don't know. That's my motto in life. If people ask me if I'm Christian or if I'm atheist, I'm agnostic. I don't know.
Number 5. I play the guitar and the piano, and I prefer to play the piano over the guitar, but I do both.
Number 6. My favorite color is light blue.
A cat person or a dog person. Obviously, I'm a dog person. I have a dog, beautiful one. annoying one sometimes.
Number 7. My favorite animal is a penguin. I love them, and when I go to the zoo, I like to see them. I like how they walk with the wings all like that. And well, I don't know, they just brighten my day, that's all.
Number 7. What is my favorite food? Well, actually, I don't have a favorite food because I can eat whatever it comes. Like, I like everything. And I like to try food that, I don't know, whatever you put, I will try and then decide if I like it or not, that combination. But it's not that I like or something specific.
Number 8. My favorite movie. My favorite movie is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But anyway, I like practically anything that Clint Eastwood is involved in, and I like as well practically every spaghetti western that is made out there. I don't know what it is, but I have a weakness for those movies. If it's the music, if it's the scenery, if it's, I don't know, the cool cowboys, I don't know, but I love it.
Number 8. Something that I like to do a lot and I can spend hours doing it is cooking. My first cooking experience, here comes the black. My first cooking experience was in Denmark when I was in exchange. I decided to make a dessert that my grandma does, and you have to put chocolate. It's a dessert that you put on the freezer for some minutes, but I left it, I think, more time than the one that I supposed. So when we went to eat, nobody could cut the damn dessert, and they were like killing something there, and it was so funny, but I felt embarrassed of my cooking skills at the moment.
Number 9. My favorite season. My favorite season is winter. When it's cold outside and you're inside and you turn on the heat and everything, or you wake up in the morning and the floor is sticky. Sorry, I put Dutch out there. The floor is really cold. I love it. I am crazy about it. I don't know what it is. I like summer, I like fall, I like spring, I like all the seasons, but winter is something that, I don't know, it puts me just in a good mood.
What languages do I speak? And which one could you like to be more fluent in? Well, I speak English and a little bit of Danish because I used to speak a bit more, but I forgot because I haven't practiced in quite some time. And I'm learning now Dutch because, well, I'm very into Dutch guy.
And that brings me to number 10, my favorite holidays. And of course, my favorite holidays, I think like many other people out there, is Christmas. When you put the tree and you decorate the tree and you have the music in the background and the crazy sweaters. I don't know, I love it. I love the evening that you watch TV, at least in my country you watch TV, that there's this program about love and everything, and then you wake up in the morning and there's this tree and you have a nice breakfast and then you have nice dinner with your family and everything. I love it. Christmas.
I have been in Denmark, in Germany, in Czech Republic, and in Austria, France, Italy, the Netherlands, and wait that I forget, I'm sorry, Uruguay, and Sweden.
11. Now you know that's 16. Or 11. My favorite drink. My favorite drink is practically anything that has Coke in it. Like in summer I love rum Coke, and winter I love whiskey Coke, but Coca-Cola, Pepsi, I love it. I am crazy about it, and I still think that it's the best drink ever invented.
What is my favorite music genre? I don't think that I have one specific, but I listen a lot to pop music and as well indie. I like a lot of indie music.
Number 12. My favorite music. My favorite music changed during my existence. When I was a kid, I loved David Bowie. I listened to it every day, every song, every album there was, I listened to it. My dad was a big fan of David Bowie and he introduced it to me. When we were going on holidays in the car, he used to put David Bowie, and I don't know, it's something that I hold close to me as part of my childhood. I still love it, I still listen to it, not as much as before anymore, but I like David Bowie. And then when I got older, when I went to high school, I got involved in punk rock, that I listened to for a long time, like up to some years ago. I used to listen to it with some bands naming. My favorite band is Bad Religion, that I saw I don't know how many times live when they came to my country. I'm crazy about their music. NoFX, Pennywise, many bands out there, but Bad Religion, look, I even have it on my arm. As it is like how you say Korn. It's from one of their albums. I will take it with me in my coffin one day. Bad Religion, incredible. And now, these last years, I got involved into the electronic dance music scenery with DJs like Armin van Buuren, Chesto, Estiva, I like a lot, Protoculture, Giuseppe Taviani. All great DJs, and as you hear, for the ones that know about it, they're all involved in the State of Trance podcast, and me, I like to listen to it every week.
What is my biggest accomplishment? My biggest accomplishment is the fact that I went on exchange. I enjoy so much of doing that, but it's not that I went on exchange, it's the fact that I did it when I wanted to.
Number 13, my favorite board game, because I like to play board games. I like Monopoly, I like cards, Uno, but there's one that I like most, and that is Risk. That you have to go and you have to conquer other countries and you play with people and you end up fighting. I like to play Risk, especially when it's in holiday season, everyone's there. I don't know, maybe it's part of my memories or something, but I love to play.
What is my favorite color? My favorite color is Bordeaux and black.
14. I'm a big fan of cactus. I had one until some weeks ago. It died because I gave it too much water. But I love cactus. I don't know. It's like they're out there and they're all the time chilling, relaxing. They're standing. They're not doing much. They don't want water. They're not demanding nothing. And they're good with any risk.
And my favorite quote. This quote was my teacher's. It's from a teacher of university. If there is no problem, there's no story. And this was because all the time things happen to me and people say, oh, you have a bad luck. And after this quote, I was like, but it's not bad luck. I mean, if nothing happens in your life, then you're in a complete routine.
Number 15. Travel destinations. I have some weird habit out there that I like to go to places that no one has ever been before to see crazy landscapes and those things. Like, for example, I'd like to go to the South Pole, Antarctica. I want to go to Siberia. I want to go to the Kamchatka Peninsula. They say it has beautiful wildlife and nature and everything, so I would like to go there. And as well, since some years I would like to visit any remote island that's out there. I'd like to go there to see how far I can go.
Well, my favorite time of the day is the morning, though lately I haven't seen much of it because I've been waking up late.
Number 16. I love geography. When I was a kid, I used to know any country, any capital, all the flags of every country. My mom, for example, makes a joke that, I don't know, the ones that watch Big Bang Theory, that there's this guy out there that is called Sheldon, and he has his own podcast on the internet, or I don't know what that is, vlogs or something, that is fun with flags. And my mom compares me with them.
What is my favorite scent? My favorite scent is everything that is citric.
Or 17. I as well have a collection of beer caps. That since I started drinking, I had this obsession of keeping track of which beers I tried, and I went saving those beer caps, and now I have quite the collection.
I love to register somewhere in my head, in my brain, whatever, the smell of people, so that when I smell it again, it will remind me to that person. Sorry. And as well, that happens with flavors. Like, there was a candy that I used to eat when I was a child, and it was a honey candy. And after many years, I ate that candy again, and it brought me memories from my childhood, and with sounds as well. Um, for instance, music that bring me back to different times in my life.
18, yeah. When I was a kid, I used to have a passion for science and astronomy, and I tried to look up whatever I could find about those topics. Well, more astronomy than science, though. Like planets and stars and how you say, comets and meteors and everything like that, all supernovas, pulsars, quasars, all those phenomena I saw when I was a kid, and to be honest, it fascinates me still to this day.
After a long day, I love to watch videos, stupid videos of funny pets or scare pranks, like and specifically the Brazilian ones. I think that they are really good ones.
19. I am tripophobic. That means that I have a fear of holes, of like all holes together and everything, like weird patterns. And for some reason, I get goosebumps that I don't know. I feel uncomfortable. I want to go away. For example, we wanted to buy a trash bin that had like a weird pattern of holes because it was made out of plastic. And I got uncomfortable. I said, no, I don't want to buy that one because it makes me really, really uncomfortable. I don't know where I come from and I don't know how I got it, but I have it.
I care a lot about how people use the words. Like, for instance, I want to say I love you right away, and there are people that do it even though they don't feel it. They just say it, and I think that it's important because otherwise, when someone tells you I love you, for instance, you won't take it as something special because you get used that people say it just because they want to say it and not because they feel it. So I really care about how people use words.
20. I love professional wrestling. I'm a really big fan. I don't watch it now anymore because I don't have the time. But every once in a while I check to see what's out there, how's it going, because from when I was, I don't know, 15 years old, I have this big fascination for that part of the way the guys move together, the maneuvers they do, the guts that they have. It's incredible. I love it. I went to an event when they came with the WWE to my country. I went to see it. WWE, not that much of a fan anymore. I prefer the other type because, well, they do more things, they do more crazy things, and the WWE is more on the story. I prefer the techniques and everything about it. Even so, at one time I went in my own country to do a training because we have one small promotion out there that's called Dutch Pro Wrestling, and I went to have a training, like tryouts, and well, I am small, I'm not big, so my body wasn't prepared. I went to the training, I went with the guys, and I arrived home completely beaten up to the point that I couldn't walk for 2 weeks anymore. That much it hurt. Oh well, I tried it failed, so I just keep on watching.
What is the one thing that you never revealed to your parents? Oh my, well, if they ever watch this, they will know. But when I was, I think, 16, 15, I started seeing a guy in the city, and well, since I live in a town, I had to travel, and I was surrounded by something, I don't know why, and by my parents, and I couldn't go out or anything. So I decided to tell them that I was going to a friend to do homework, and instead I went to see this guy in the city, and I got robbed. My phone got stolen, and then I came back at home and I said to my dad, well, I went to the main square and we were sitting there in the grass and it started raining all of a sudden because it started raining all of a sudden. And I ran away with the girls, and then I realized that my phone was not there anymore. So someone took it. And my dad started calling my phone to tell them to, if someone found it, that they arranged to give it back or something, because there might be someone from the town and we know each other. And the thing is that he called and someone attended, of course, and say, what do you want, blah blah blah, and he was like, no, but this one is not from here. So I decided to say no, but just in that moment there were some weird guys that went to the other small town, and I don't know what they were doing there, but they were weird, and I think maybe they took it and they won't give it back, so leave it because I'm scared. And I never told them the truth, that I actually went to the city and all the things happened.
Number 21. Craziest thing I've ever done? Go on a foreign exchange to Argentina. Why? Because part of my university career asked me to do exchange, and I could choose between Argentina or Chile, because I study studies that's called Latin American Studies, and that it requires from you to have some time abroad in those countries. I chose Argentina. That's where I met my lovely wife, because we're married now. I came for 4 months, I met her, I went away, I came back on holidays, I left, and then I came to live here, and now we're married. So, craziest thing I've ever done, but I wouldn't change a single thing.
What was your least favorite subject in high school? Well, the subjects I didn't like were how do you say? Physics and economy. I hate it, especially economy. Oh my god, it was so boring, that subject. I couldn't take it.
Number 22. Because I did my exchange and because of my career, I speak Spanish. Yo hablo español, el castellano de acá, el argentino, y me encanta. I just said I speak Spanish, I speak the Spanish from Argentina, I learned it here as part of my studies. I love it, it's incredible. Spanish from here, Argentina, is so outspoken with the hands and everything and rhythm, and it's amazing, I love it.
My favorite TV show when I was a child. Well, I used to watch a lot to El Chavo del Ocho, which is a Mexican like comedy, whatever. It was really nice one. And as well, Caballeros del Zodiaco, which I have no idea what is the name in English, but they were really nice. And Courage the Cowardly Dog. In Spanish is Coraje el Perro Cobarde. Was amazing.
Number 23. When I was a kid, I was in elementary school, and we were learning how to read, how to write, anything about the alphabet. We had this TV program called Ik Mik Logeland. For the Dutch people out there, probably they know what I'm talking about. It had a villain that was evil. It was such a scary character that it gave me nightmares. It gave me nightmares. I couldn't sleep. I had dreams with that personage. It's called Carbonco. And it was like it was a puppet, but it was such a scary puppet. Like, it had all bumps and bruises, and it was mean to the main character that was trying to find all the words. And as well, Carbonco could transform himself into a fish with only one eye in the head. And I don't know how it's possible that they made something for kids like that scary, but I was so scared that whenever they put that program on the TV, I had to go out of the classroom.
You prefer kissing or cuddling? I prefer cuddling, especially if it's raining. It's really nice to go to bed and lay down there.
4. I used to have a bird. It was a budgie. It was green with yellow. It had 2 wings, like all the birds do, but it was called Tweety. It was a crazy bird. He came on my shoulder. He was always bothering me. He bit my ear. He pooed on my head and everything. But I love that bird. He was flying all the time through the house because, well, he was inside the house, but he was flying like that, bum, bum, bum. And then he came sit on my shoulder and he was talking. He could talk. He always said kiss, 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 and he was repeating his name like if he was talking. Crazy bird. I loved him. Unfortunately, some years ago he passed away, but I don't think I will ever have a bird like that one anymore. Incredible.
How old were you when you learned to ride a bike? Well, I was 4 years or 5 approx, and it was horrible that way. I was breaking the balls to my dad to buy me this bike, and then he bought it for my birthday, I think, but I left it there and I didn't know how to ride it. So he spent a whole night, and by this I mean it, he spent the whole night teaching me how to ride a bike. And it was annoying because he wanted to take the wheels, the third wheels, like you have for kids so that you don't fall. And he saying, you're not going to go. You're gonna stay here until you don't learn, you're not going to sleep. So it was 4 in the morning and we were there with the bike in the park close to my home trying to ride a bike. And I fell many times and it was awful.
25. I have this thing that I get obsessed with organization. Something like OCD. Though OCD is something serious, but I have something similar that when I organize my clothes in my wardrobe, I want everything by color, like if it were rainbow, and everything has to be folded exactly the same way, because if it's not folded like that, I go nuts. I'm like, I take my t-shirt again and I try to fold it until it's perfect. I have this with that. I have that everything has to fit, everything has to be organized, everything has to be sorted according to size, according to, for example, I have a CD collection that I sort all the CDs that are from the same artist. I sort them by that, and then inside the artist I sort them by date of publication. So I'm crazy when it comes to that. Call me crazy, whatever you want to know, I am. But if it's not sorted, it causes me chaos and I go nuts.
Which pets did you have? Well, I had a lot of pets because I love animals. So I have dogs, many dogs, chickens, rabbits, pigeons. Oh, I had a hamster. It was so lovely.
Number 26. One time I was in this country and I went to a store where they sell tools and everything, and if something breaks inside the house, you go there to buy the parts that you need to fix it. We had how it's called, a tube that we had to put a new tap on it. And what happened was I went to the store and I talked to the plumber before, and he had told me that in Spanish it was called tampon, which is like a tampon. I found it weird because in Dutch tampon is for women. So I thought, okay, well this guy tells me whatever. I went to the store and I said to the guy, hey, I would like to buy a tampon. And he looked at me like, huh? A tampon? He said, no. He said, that's for women. I think you need tapon, which is without the M. Tapon, which is like a small tap to close the tube. And well, that was one of my most recent embarrassing moments, probably.
What do you drink when you go out? Well, most of the time I pick wine because I love wine over other types of drink, and especially Malbec. Well, that was it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and if you want, you like our videos or you want to see more, we are gonna be uploading every weekend. And if you like it, give us a thumbs up.
No, yeah, make sure to subscribe as well. Don't forget to subscribe.
If you can.